Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here at Gala, seeing what's going on. We're going to double check a few key factors such as Elliott Wave. We're seeing this resistance potential support level here at about 4.63. If you recall correctly and you saw my videos recently, you'll know that that is a previous week close. So it's important for us to close above that level or below, depending on, for us to understand which direction the price is going to head. But the good news is we're kind of in this little support range, if you will, if the price doesn't end up closing above that level at about 4.45, right? So we got this previous candlestick closure here. Let me actually adjust that a little bit there, and then go ahead and see kind of where that it's at. So again, these are just previous week closures where we can see the price had difficulty closing above, and right now we're seeing that same difficulty, okay? So is there a probability of the price breaking out? Sure, yeah, there is, but once more, a lot of times you got to test resistance levels a few times before you can break through them. Okay, so this being the first time, I'm not sure if it's going to just blast straight through, especially with all liquidity levels having been swept. So we kind of zoom in here, we can see it's not a lot of liquidity left. Folks are not shorting this coin as much as they have in the past. We can see 5 cents even as a potential area there of concentration. We zoom in just a little bit closer in the 12-hour. We're going to go ahead and see as well a very similar scenario. Again, 5 cents even, with a lot of longs getting potentially wrecked here at about 4.4. Okay, so it does seem more sensible for the price to continue lower at this point, but once more, depends on where we're at with the waves here too. Okay, so let's talk about that. So first of all, we'll go with the daily time frame, work our way down, and most coins are exhibiting the same behavior right now. Extremely bullish on the daily time frame. Okay, we've even got a stochastic swing to the upside here. RSI is over 70. A lot of times when you see this, you really don't want to bet against it. It's just kind of the common rule of thumb, okay? Doesn't mean that you can't still short. It just implies that if you're going to, you want to be pretty safe about it, okay? Having said all that, we can see there's a lot of reasons here not to consider a short, at least on the macro. But we've already addressed as well that we're having difficulty at this let's just say 4.63. I think that's the easiest round number for it. That's the previous week candlestick close. That's providing some resistance for us. Having said that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the 4-hour. This is where things get a little bit more obvious, in my opinion. Just in general, you can kind of see things a little clearer on the 4-hour time frame. We're about 6 4-hour candles into this continuation, right? So we've moved 24 hours in the same direction. So if that is the case, how much further can we go? Well, we can still go up a good 12 to 24 hours before the price pulls back. So I'm not saying by any stretch the price isn't going to continue higher. It just doesn't make a ton of sense with liquidation or lack thereof for the price to continue to run any further. Okay. When we take a look at that and then we combine that with a few things here, we're not overextended yet, so the price could keep running. We're overall moving averages, that's very bullish, and we can see that us being up over 70 is also a good sign too. Me personally, if we cross below 70, that would be maybe a consideration for looking for a better long and or a tight short. We got stochastic RSI trying to swing down as well, telling us we've lost this momentous trend here and that the price is inevitably pulling back. Okay. Same thing with the MACD here, still converging, so all the more reason to be very careful with a short position. I would not bet against this coin, but I can say though that it's exuding some signs that it may pull back soon. But for right now, the daily and 4-hour time frame are pretty much right there, letting us know that hey, there's no reason to take a short. Statistically, you're going to be more successful with a long. Me personally, I don't like taking longs at this level, but once more, if you see, we are consolidating nicely at this previous resistance, turn support, almost exactly at that same weekly candlestick close at 4.63. Okay, so that's an important level. I think losing that level could imply we're going to see the price pull back. If the price does pull back, these are common Fibonacci retracement levels, folks. We can see 0.382, 0.5, 0.618. So to make it simple, 3.93, 4.12, and 4.31 are the areas in which we could see the price pull back before the next leg up. But keep in mind, the next leg up, if this is the top, which seems fairly likely, we're likely also to have an ABC pattern moving forward. So if you're not familiar with that, it includes 2 lower lows and a lower high. Okay. So hypothetically, we bounce off one of these levels, it should essentially resist off this most recent resistance, one of these two, and then come back down. So a likely scenario is the price come down to 0.5 or 0.618, come back up to retest one of these two levels here, and then come back down to essentially close at a previous support level. Which again, I have this 3.5 level that has been a pretty strong support level for us in the past, where it was kind of a resistance range for us too. So my speculation is we're going to get something along these lines here. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at. Again, you want to be careful shorting, obviously, because we look at TD sequential. We hit a 9 just now, so hypothetically the price should pull back as well. That's confirming that. But what I'm getting at is that we're well above the cloud. Conversion lines over the baseline. This very conservative indicator is letting us know conservatively not to take a short position. Okay, but it doesn't mean the price can't still pull back in the meantime. However, you must recognize that Bitcoin dominance is still dropping over the weekend here, and if Bitcoin can stabilize and hold the line, so to speak, we should be able to see Gala continue to progress higher. So, long story short here is I would not consider shorting this coin. If you do, very, very tight targets and low leverage, low position sizing. If you're going to long, I would say the same scenario as well. We need more time at this level to consolidate before the next leg up in order to warrant the next leg up. We have a ton of support here at the 3.9 range. We've known that for a while, but there's a lot of support in place, and there's a lot of momentum showing us that we're in good shape here still, even though it is a little overextended on a couple of time frames. So that to me is a do not touch, do not cross. I would put a that do not cross, that yellow type that the police have, I would put that over this one here. Do not cross this line. Anyways, I hope that made sense. I described that correctly. Future reference, if you're not using Bitunix, what are you doing with your life? Make sure you use the link down below to register for them, of course. No KYC or VPN in the US or Canada. We need 60 people to register in order to enter this trade, or have this trading contest start. Okay, so we need that by the 6th. So just make sure you haven't yet registered, jump on over there. It's free money, honestly, easy money, just extra benefit of using the exchange as you would normally. Thank you again so much for joining me here. Don't forget to like the video. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.